This is the fourth video of the summary on Battery Day. It covers the dry battery process.
When thinking about the ideal cell factory, we have inspirations in the paper and bottling industry, where over a century of innovation has enabled mass scale, continuous motion, unbelievably low manufacturing costs. And when we think about the lithium-ion industry, which is really only in its third decade of high volume production, it has so far to go. Let's talk a little bit about what's in a cell factory. First, there's an electrode process where the active materials are coated into films onto foils. Then those foils are wound in the winding process, where if you do have tabs, you have to start and stop a lot. Then the jelly roll is assembled into the can, sealed, filled with electrolyte, and then sent to formation, where the cell is charged for the first time and the quality of the cell is verified. And we set out at every step of this process and think about how we make those processes fundamentally better and more scalable. One of the most important processes is the wet process of the electrode coating. I'm going to walk through what's in that wet process. You've got mixing, where the powders are mixed with either a water or a solvent for the cathode. That mix then goes into a large coat and dry oven where the slurry is coated onto the foil. Huge ovens, tens of meters long, dried, and that solvent then has to be recovered. And then finally, the coated foil is compressed to the final density. That's a lot of equipment for one step, especially when you consider that little speck next to the coating oven is a person. Wouldn't it be great if we could skip that solvent step and just go straight to dry mix to coat? And that's what the dry process really is about. Literally, powder into film. As simple as that. 10 times reduction in footprint, 10 times reduction in energy, and a massive reduction in investment.
I mean, it's hard, actually, just to be clear. We did acquire Maxwell as like a little over a year ago. The dry coating they had was proof of concept. Since the acquisition, we've revved the machine 4 times. So we're in revision 4 post-acquisition of the machine. And there's still a lot of work to do. It's insanely difficult to scale up.
This is not just a concept or a rendering. We are starting to ramp up manufacturing of these cells at our pilot 10 gigawatt hour production facility just around the corner.
I would say it's probably about a year before we get to the 10 gigawatt hour annualized rate. The actual production plants will be more on the order of maybe 200 gigawatt hours. It's close to working. At the pilot plant level, it does work, but not a high yield. For people that know battery manufacturing, this is gigantic.
If you want more on the Tesla Battery Day, you can continue with the next video, or you can go to the first video that provides an overview of all the videos.